What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today we continue on the saga with Star Trek The Next Generation as I discuss from 1998 Star Trek Insurrection, starring Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, Brent Spiner, LeVar Burton, Michael Dorn, Gates McFadden, Marina Sirtis, F. Murray Abraham, and Donna Murphy. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And as I said during the introduction, today we're going to continue on going with the voyages of the USS Enterprise, and more specifically, the Star Trek The Next Generation cast, as we talk about the third overall film featuring the cast and the second film to just exclusively feature the Next Gen cast. Let's get right down into it here, shall we? Captain's log, stardate 202127.5. Our film opens and Lieutenant Commander Data has been temporarily transferred to an undercover mission in order to observe the peaceful Baku people. While on their planet, Data begins to malfunction and reveals the presence of the Joint Federation Sona task force, which is observing the Baku. Admiral Matthew Doherty contacts the Enterprise in order to obtain Data's schematics for recovery purposes, but he adamantly states that the presence of the Enterprise is not necessary. The crew decides to ignore the orders and take the Enterprise to try to retrieve Data on their own. Captain Jean-Luc Picard begins to become suspicious of Doherty's insistence that the Enterprise is no longer needed and orders an investigation of Data's malfunction. The crew discovers that the Baku possess advanced technology but have rejected it in order to live simpler lives. Due to a unique metaphysic particles that are emanating from the planet's rings, they are effectively immortal. By contrast, the Sona, who are the Federation's allies and partners in this joint task force, are a decrepit race who rely on medical technology to prevent death. In fact, their excessive use of cosmetic surgery gives them almost a mummified appearance. The Enterprise also begins to experience rejuvenation effects of the planet. Lieutenant Geordi LaForge finds his eyes have regenerated, and he no longer requires ocular implants. Commander William Riker and Counselor Deanna Troi rekindle their long-abandoned relationship, and Picard begins to develop a romantic relationship with Anij, a Baku woman. Data and Picard discover a submerged and cloaked Federation ship containing a gigantic holodeck which has been set up to recreate the Baku home village. We then learn that Data's malfunction stems from a Sona attack as a result of him accidentally discovering the vessel. Picard confronts Doherty and learns that top Federation officers are colluding with the Sona in order to deceptively move the Baku to the ship and forcibly relocate them to another planet in order to allow for the particles to be collected on a mass scale, which would poison the planet in the process. Doherty orders for the Enterprise to leave, but Picard retorts that the medical benefits of the particles does not justify Doherty's plans for the Baku, which violates the Prime Directive. Picard is joined by some of his crew to help the Baku escape from being abducted, while Riker takes the Enterprise to transmission range so that he can communicate the violation to Starfleet Command. The Son'a send robotic probes in order to locate and capture the fleeing Baku. Under Ruafo, the Son'a leader, convinces Doherty to allow the Son'a ships to attack the Enterprise. Riker is able to defeat the attacking ships, allowing the Enterprise to escape. With their plans exposed, Ruafo insists on harvesting the radiation source immediately. Picard, Onage, and several of the Baku are transported onto the Son'a ship as prisoners. Picard reveals to Doherty that the Son'a and the Baku are in fact the same race. The Son'a are a splinter faction of the Baku who gave up their existence a century earlier in order to embrace the use of technology. They attempted to seize power but failed, and the Baku elders exiled them from the planet, which denied them the use of the rejuvenating effects of the rings. As a result, the Son'a developed an artificial and imperfect means to extend their lives at the cost of disfigurement, and now seek revenge. When Doherty backs out of the arrangement, Ruafo kills him and moves on to finish the collection. While Picard is prepped for execution, he convinces a disillusioned Son'a named Galadin to help him stop Ruafo. Picard masterminds a ruse in order to transport Ruafo and his bridge crew to the holoship and disable the harvester. Ruafo discovers the deception and transports the harvester to the ship manually in order to restart the process. Picard follows and sets the harvester to self-destruct, killing Ruafo and escaping on the Enterprise. The remaining Son'a are forgiven for their actions and welcomed back by the Baku. Picard arranges a meeting between Galadin and his Baku mother in order to thank him for his help, and our film draws to its close with the crew taking a moment to enjoy their rejuvenated selves before returning to their previous mission. This was another fun one, man. I mean, if movie history has taught me anything, you do not trust F. Murray Abraham. He killed Mozart in Amadeus, and they even made a joke of that when he played in Last Action Hero. The little boy, Danny, who's a complete movie geek, much like myself, recognizes the actor from the movie Amadeus and warns Jack Slater, Schwarzenegger's character, not to trust him because he killed Mozart. So, of course, when Schwarzenegger's character confronts him, he tells me that you killed Mozart. But yes, if movie history has taught me anything, you do not trust F. Murray Abraham. No. So as soon as I saw his name in the credits, fill in. And granted, it took a little while for him to fully reveal his heelish tendencies. But once he did, it was all guns blazing, man. I did enjoy the film. I liked Donna Murphy's character. I'm sure I pronounced it wrong, and I do apologize for that. Anij, Anij. I forget how it was pronounced. Forgive me. But I really enjoyed her character, especially looking into who she is and what else I would know her from. Disney geeks like myself, she's the voice of Mother Gothel in Tangled. Let that one sit in for a minute. Patrick Stewart, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, basically was trying to hook up with Mother Gothel. So, but I really enjoyed this film. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than I enjoyed First Contact yesterday, because this episode didn't directly tie into the series like that one did with the whole Borg threat, like The Wrath of Khan did with the original series. I seem to enjoy those movies a little bit better because you don't have to know the Star Trek history to be able to fully enjoy them. That's just me, though. When it comes to my rating for Insurrection, yesterday I gave First Contact 3 stars. I wouldn't put this on the same level that I put Generations, The Voyage Home, or the original motion picture. So I'll give it 3.5 out of 5, right in the middle there. What do you guys think? Those of you out there, my loyal viewers that have seen Star Trek Insurrection, where does it fall in your list? Let me know. All of you guys watching the live stream, leave your thoughts over here. Watching on demand, leave your thoughts down here. I'm curious to know what you guys thought of Star Trek Insurrection with the Next Generation cast. Let's make sure we get out there on the social media, people. Try to get those hashtags trending for me. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios, hashtag Renegades Reviews, hashtag Renegade Returns, and of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade JJ Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag StatBoyApproved shirt. Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Make sure you get out there. Do what that commercial just told you. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all your official merchandise of the Jeff Meacham Network. 3 different designs of the Jeff Meacham Network logo for you to choose from. Meachamania, Talk Wrestling. Get you your official merchandise of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood. Your Renegade JJ Williams t-shirt. Dad's Not Always on Wrestling. Statboy Sports Bar. Hashtag StatBoyApproved. Hashtag Shenanigans. And so much more. Tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, make sure you join me for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, when I will be closing out the Next Generation saga with 2002's Star Trek Nemesis. You're not going to want to miss out on that tomorrow, right back here on Renegades Reviews. You're also not going to want to miss out on June 1st. Make sure you tune in for Renegade Recap on June 1st, as I will be having my very first ever giveaway. I have 2 brand new copies of Star Wars The Force Awakens to give away on Blu-ray, DVD, digital. And I'll be doing that giveaway right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as on the Jeff Meacham Network. So I always simulcast on both channels when we do Renegade Recap. But my very first giveaway, I'm looking forward to that. 1 copy will be given to whoever the highest donor is over the course of the broadcast, whether it's donated via YouTube Super Chat, Streamlabs, or PayPal. Whoever the highest donor is will get a copy of Star Wars The Force Awakens. The other copy will go to whoever answers the trivia question correctly that I will be asking live on that show. When it comes to the trivia question, I just want to point out that when you answer in the comments section, you will probably see your answer pop up first. We, on our end, cannot go by that. Being that we are broadcasting on 2 different YouTube channels, we have a little section over on our StreamYard where every comment shows up, whether it's from the Casa D18 Studios channel or the Jeff Meacham Network. Whoever gets the correct answer first in there will be the one to win, because you may answer and see your name pop up first on the Casa D18 Studios channel, but someone could beat you over on the Jeff Meacham Network. So just keep that in mind when we do the trivia contest on June 1st. But make sure you're here for that. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it, as should you be. Thank you guys for tuning in and joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. All you guys that are watching along on the premiere, leaving your comments over here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. To all you guys watching on demand, leaving your comments down here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching and tuning in every day, supporting me right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you guys next time, and make it so.